Good morning, students. In the previous class, you have learnt about pH, universal indicator, pH of the substances and importance of pH in our daily life. And today's topic is about salts. Today we will learn about salts, some more information. How the salts are formed and what is the family of salt, how can we identify that the salt belongs to which family and what is the nature of the salt, etc. So in the previous section, so you have already know that formation of salt, how the salt is formed. In neutralization reaction, generally the salt is formed. Along with salt, we also get water. Then what is neutralization? Neutralization is the reaction between an acid and base. When acid reacts with a base, it forms salt and water. That reaction is called neutralization reaction. Acid plus base gives rise to salt plus water. Then every salt which is formed during the reaction of a neutralization, the salt have two parts, the positive radical and negative radical. The salt contains two parts, positive part as well as negative part. The positive part of the salt comes from a base and the negative part of the salt comes from an acid. This you have to remember. Salt contains two parts, positive part, negative part. Positive part comes from a base and the negative part comes from an acid. For example, if you take a common salt, very well known to you. Example is NaCl. If you take NaCl, then this salt, sodium chloride, this salt sodium chloride contains two parts, positive part and negative part. This positive part comes from a base. So we will see. This sodium chloride comes from which acid and base? I have already said that a salt is formed during the combination of an acid and base, during the chemical reaction between acid and base. Then if we take the sodium chloride salt, it is formed from, see, sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. This salt sodium chloride is formed from an acid hydrochloric acid and a base, that is sodium hydroxide. Then from this base, the positive part of the salt comes. This is the positive part. Na plus is the positive part and Cl minus is the negative part of the salt. What I said, positive part comes from where? A base. This is the positive part, Na plus, comes from a base. In base, NaOH, Na is there. So this Na plus. And negative part comes from where? Acid. So negative part is Cl minus. That comes from an acid, that is hydrochloric acid. In this, if we write the dissociation symbols, positive and negative, we can show like this. H plus and Cl minus for acid. And for base, Na plus and OH minus. Then when NaOH reacts with acid, that is hydrochloric acid, the positive part of the base, that means Na plus, combines with negative part of the acid, that is Cl minus. That's why these two ions combine with each other and they will form sodium chloride, NaCl. Along with that, we also get water. H plus combines with OH minus to give water. H plus and OH minus combines with each other to give water. Like this we get. Then what will be the whole reaction? How can we write it? You see, base, that is NaOH plus acid HCl gives rise to NaCl plus H2O. This is the total reaction. like this. Similarly, we can see many other examples. And for example, if we take copper sulfate, the salt, copper sulfate, if you take, in this also two parts are there. That is, positive part is Cu plus 2 and sulfate, the negative part, that is SO4 minus 2. Then the positive part comes from a base, that is copper hydroxide. Copper hydroxide, CuOH taken twice. And the negative part comes from an acid, that is sulfuric acid, H2SO4. Like this. For any salt, the negative part comes from an acid and base part, positive part comes from a base. Okay. Then we will see. If you take a salt like sodium chloride, to which family it belongs to? Then if we see more number of examples of salts, we can say that certain salts belongs to the same family. For example, if you take NaCl, sodium chloride belongs to two families, that is sodium salts family and chloride salts family. Similarly, if you take copper sulfate salt, it belongs to two families, that is copper salts family and sulfate salts family. If you take calcium chloride, CaCl2, calcium chloride, this salt belongs to calcium salts family and as well as chloride salts family. Then in one way, this NaCl and CaCl2, both of them belongs to chloride salts family. Why? Because in this salt chloride part is there, in this salt also chloride part is there. Therefore, NaCl and CaCl2, both of them belongs to chloride salts family. They may also belongs to sodium salt. This one belongs to sodium salt family and this one belongs to calcium salt family also. So like this we can classify the salts, or we can identify the salts based on their positive part and negative part. We can identify their family of a salt. To which family this salt belongs to, we can identify based on their formulas. Then if you take potassium sulfate, molecular formula is K2SO4. Then potassium sulfate salt belongs to potassium salts family as well as sulfate salts family. Here I have written copper sulfate. See, copper sulfate belongs to copper salts family as well as sulfate salts family. Then both of them belongs to sulfate salts family. Like that, in your textbook there are certain names of salts are given. All of you try to write down the formula of that salts. Many salts are given. Try to write down the formulas of that salts and try to identify which two salts belongs to the same family. Then we can also find out the pH of salts by using litmus paper or by using universal indicator. We can test the pH of the salts. In the previous class, I have explained you about pH of the salts. Okay, pH scale was introduced by the scientist called Sorensen, and pH is the negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration in the solution, in acidic solution, and the H plus ion concentrations indicates the whether it is a strong acid or weak acid. More number of H plus ions are present, it indicates a concentrated acid or a strong acid, and less number of H plus ions indicates it is a weak acid. We can find out the nature of the salt, whether it is neutral salt or acidic salt or basic salt, by doing this activity. For this we need to take 3 beakers, A, B, C. In these 3 beakers, take the aqueous solutions of 3 salts. In beaker A, take the aqueous solution of sodium chloride. In beaker B, take the aqueous solution of calcium sulfate. And in beaker C, take the aqueous solution of sodium carbonate. Aqueous solution means what? How do we get? The salt dissolved in water. So, we can get the aqueous solution of that particular salt. Like this, take half of the volume of the beaker with these aqueous solutions of these 3 salts and find out the pH of these 3 solutions. You will be knowing that the pH of the beaker A is equal to 7. Then beaker B, pH is less than 7, and in beaker C, pH is greater than 7. This indicates this pH value is, as it is equal to 7, it indicates that the nature is neutral. What is this salt? The nature of this salt means it is the neutral salt. pH when it is equal to 7, as you all know that pH scale contains values from 1 to 14. When if a substance has pH equal to the center point, that is 7, when pH of the substance becomes equal to 7, that substance is neutral in its nature. Then 7 to 1. In this side, left hand side of the pH scale, 1 to 7 values of the pH indicates that substance is acidic in nature. Then more than 7, that means 7 to 14, right hand side of the pH scale, that values 7 to 14 values of pH indicates that substance is basic in nature. So based on the pH values we can identify acidic or neutral or basic. So in the first beaker, pH as it is equal to 7, we can say that neutral salt. Then pH less than 7 means it indicates that acidic salt. This one is acidic salt. And as here in third case pH is greater than 7, the sodium carbonate is a basic salt. Then why it is showing like this? See, because this sodium chloride salt is formed from these two substances, this base and this acid, sodium hydroxide base and hydrochloric acid. Okay, these two substances are, both of them are strong only. Sodium hydroxide is a strong base and hydrochloric acid is a strong acid. As both of them are strong, the resulting salt which is formed from these two is also and it is said to be the neutral in its nature. Here I have written for easy understanding, you can see nature of salts. How can we say when a salt is formed from a strong acid and strong base, the resulting salt will be of neutral in its nature, neutral salt. Then coming to the second one, calcium sulfate is the salt which is formed from calcium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. Calcium hydroxide is a weak base and sulfuric acid is a strong acid. As it is formed from strong acid and weak base, acid is strong here. That's why the resulting salt formed from these two is also acidic in nature. Its nature will be acidic because it is formed from a strong acid. Here base does not take any important role here as it is a weaker one. This base is a weaker base. That's why. But here acid is a strong acid. Therefore the resulting salt will be also having the acidic nature. This salt is said to be the acidic salt. Similarly, so here strong acid plus weak base gives rise to acidic salt. That means the salt formed from a strong acid and a weak base will have the acidic nature. Similarly, you see the third one, that is sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate, what is its nature? If you see pH value, it is greater than 7. pH more than 7 indicates its nature is basic. This salt is basic. Why this salt is basic? Because if you analyze, this salt is formed from sodium hydroxide, which is a strong base, and carbonic acid, which is a weaker acid. So as this carbonic acid is a weaker acid, it does not play any important role. Whereas this strong base decides the nature of the resulting salt. As it is the strong base, so the resulting salt also will have basic nature. This is a basic salt. Sodium carbonate is a basic salt. See here, strong base plus weak acid gives rise to a basic salt. The salt which is formed from a strong base and weak acid will have the basic nature. Like that, nature of the salts depends upon the acids and bases from which they are going to be formed. Which one is strong in that, whether acid or base? Based on that only the resulting salt nature also depends. If this acid is strong, then the nature of the salt is acidic. If the base is strong, then the resulting salt nature also will be basic. If both of them are strong acid and strong base, then the resulting salt nature will be neutral. Like this, in salts also we have neutral salts, acidic salts and basic salts, like this. This is about the nature of salts. All of you, based on this idea, now I hope that you have got some clarity about this. So all of you, open your textbook and read the same content from your textbook and try to complete the table 3. Table 3 is given in the page number 49. So try to finish the table 3, all of you. Okay, thank you.